Today on episode 258 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, a brand new team builder, an NBA playoff update, an NHL playoff update, and the TCF top 3 of 80's rock bands. Let's roll.
And I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs! And peace.
Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 258. Be sure to find us on X at Typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give us a follow there. Head on over to YouTube for all of our content in video form. Subscribe with the little red button at the bottom right there. Wherever you get your podcasts, we are there as well. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, we are there. So subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, leave a comment. Whatever you do, wherever you get your podcast, you can find us there. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF, and the gentleman that is seated to my right, that is Zach at ZLiliaTCF. Zach, I was going to say how beautiful of a spring day it is, but I just went out and mowed, and I said we're inching near summer here. I know we're at the end of May, but
it's still chilly.
Yes.
In a way. The breeze is chilly, which I love. I hate hot weather. But this is like the perfect weather, honestly.
I was actually going to say today is like
the perfect day.
The most perfect day. I got a little bit of sun, got some mowing done, but I didn't sweat.
Next thing you know, though, it's going to be like 95 degrees and just awful. But the wind hasn't even been bad either. But it's just a little chilly, which I love.
Absolutely. Nice little crisp breeze in the air. Never hurt anybody.
No, it's beautiful. I mean, we're getting spring during summer.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting it's the end of May. My sense of time is
we really didn't get much spring
gone.
Either.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like kind of making up for it.
That is very true. Let's jump into things. As always, we've got sinkers and floaters, and my sinker this week is emergency room visits. My 2-year-old had his first emergency room visit Friday night. Took a door that's probably 120-ish years old.
Took like a champ.
Yeah, it's a door he's opened hundreds of times, and it got a little jammed up, and he yanked it back and put it into his lip.
If he's anything like his father, it won't be your last, unfortunately.
Let's hope that's the only one.
You know, because you still have problems like that.
Yeah, I mean, even just today, mowing the yard, I took a branch to the side of my neck. You might be able to see it from your vantage point, but I got a nice little one there. I got another one here. I'm just injury-prone. I hope that my wife's even then, my wife's had some wild
I don't think
visits.
Unfortunately, both of you don't have the greatest track record of emergency rooms.
Yeah,
but hopefully it's the last for a long time.
And I'll be honest, man. Like, obviously, being on the receiving end of a lot of stitches and emergency room visits, having to watch your kid go through that is a million times worse.
Of all the stupid stuff I've done, I've never had stitches other than my wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know, but I've done plenty of other stupid stuff that had me go to the emergency room. I had a spoon pretty much up my face.
Yes.
At the
Our whole family was getting flashbacks.
Yeah, at the same age, I think that Roman is.
Yeah.
So it's no fun at all. But he were a hero in all of it. I've heard.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That you were the
I don't know
one
about
that stayed tough.
He definitely handled it better than his mom and I did.
I can understand that.
Tough little guy. So, fun way to start the nice long Memorial Day weekend.
I came over here this afternoon, and you said he already pulled a stitch out.
Oh, yeah. He chewed through 3 of them and manually pulled one out.
So he's tougher than you.
Oh, 100%. That was never up for debate.
Yeah, he's tougher than me for sure. I am a wimp when it comes to stuff like that. My sinker is Around the Horn. A show that's been on for 20-plus years. It's on ESPN probably about 4 o'clock every day. It's Around the Horn, and then pardon my interruption.
Pardon the interruption.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Part of my
take got me all mixed up there.
Here's the thing that I'll say about that. Like, it's one of those shows that, like, I don't know about you. I didn't, like, regularly tune in to watch it.
But if it was on, I would watch it. If I was sick, in like school, I would watch it. Or if you just get home at 4:30 and you turn on ESPN, you watch it.
Or even like in the internet age, like you catch clips of it or it gets talked about.
It had these
Twitter.
fake points, pretty much.
I loved that. I always wanted to be the Tony Reale.
A different panel pretty much every day. There wasn't the same people.
It was kind of like a rotating group of people.
Yeah, so it just ended, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know why. But
ESPN did something stupid. Shocker.
Yeah, but unfortunately that will not be on. I don't know if they're going to replace it with another show, but it's like something from our childhood that's gone away.
Yep, I remember when that show came out because I was in junior high, and I remember, like you said, you come home from school or you catch it on a rerun on ESPN2, right?
It's on at night or something like that. Remember back in the day when ESPN News just ran
all day? All day. That's how I used to fall asleep at night.
Yeah, it would just if you went to I know on Dish it was 142. Which is ESPN News.
206, I believe.
Yeah,
was
it was.
TV.
It was. 140 was ESPN. 142 was ESPN News.
Yep.
143 was ESPN Classics.
That they need to bring back.
And then ESPN 2 was 144.
Yep.
And ESPN News would just run all day. But like at nighttime, you sometimes catch it.
Yep.
Stuff like that. But yeah, unfortunately,
End of an era.
show is ended.
End of an era.
I think is going to not be good for ESPN. It's just something that was always there. It's like a running like daytime show.
Yep. 20-plus years. What more can you ask for?
Yeah, I just don't understand it.
My floater this week is zoos, and I remembered today how much I enjoy a good zoo trip.
Me and you went to the aquarium in
Denver,
and they had, was it bears?
Was it bears or a tiger?
Or a tiger.
Yeah.
In an aquarium.
Yeah. I think it was a tiger.
Is that what I'm saying that right? Aquarium?
Yeah. Which is normally just aquatic animals. We took my son to the I believe it's like the Phillips Park Zoo in Aurora. It's free, beautiful park, and for him only being 2, it was perfect. I mean, we were there for an hour and got to see some animals, got to walk around.
For people who are giving Roman presents, my sister has gotten like year passes. And
to the
stuff
Brookfield
like
Zoo.
Zoo. Zoos like that. That's always it gives you a reason to go.
Yep.
It's free.
And especially if you have the pass, you can go, but like you don't have to hit the whole thing in one day. No, you can just
do whatever you want, and you can go later at night or whatever. You don't have to worry about being there all day long.
Yep.
But yeah, zoos are fun, and especially with you taking Roman.
You see it through, his face light up when he sees a llama. It's just like you forget sometimes you take it for granted. But I also have a second part of my floater, Taco Madre. Remember Taco Madre that used to be in Mendota?
Yeah.
I went to the one in Montgomery today. So shout out. I know we do our small business shout outs. I have not had Taco Madre. Me and my wife used to order it at least like once every 10 days. Had it today. It's still just as good as it ever has been.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're in the far west
suburbs,
suburbs,
the original places.
I think it is the original. Legitimately some of the best Mexican food I've ever eaten.
Oh,
so
yeah. Especially
shout
when
out to
you're
our
in the
friends
Aurora area, Montgomery,
Aurora, North Aurora. I think he said they got like 5 locations now.
Yeah,
so.
It's awesome. It's really built up into something awesome.
Absolutely. I miss my Mendota Taco Madre.
My floater is the All-American Rejects.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you've seen what they're doing. But they're doing
cool.
pop-up shows.
Yes.
Like they did one at like a fraternity.
Yep.
And then they did one at Barstool Chicago.
Yep.
And they do these things where you can submit where you want them to do it, and they'll kind of review it, and if they're going to your area, they might just pop up at a place.
That's so
They're not doing it
awesome.
like arenas or anything. They're doing it at random places.
That's so cool.
And I forgot how many just awesome songs that the All-American Rejects
That's
had.
so funny you say that because me and my wife were talking about this the other night, and I was like, I'll be honest, like sitting here right off the top of my head, I can only name like 2 All-American Rejects.
You start listening to the album, and you're like, whoa.
Well, not even that. She pulls up their Spotify, and she's like going down the list. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot about Swing Swing. I forgot about, this
Move
song.
Along and all those kind of songs. And it's like, man, that's just
But
it
that's
brings
how
you back.
you know you've gotten successful when, like, that's the dream that the All-American Rejects.
Because they just put out a new song, which is what they're promoting.
Yeah.
But they play all their old songs, and it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so cool.
It's just a cool way of doing it. Like they'll give you like a 2-hour notice.
That's awesome.
Where they'll be, and it will like they went to bars and stuff like that, and they don't know where they're going, but if they're in the area,
they might pop
up, and like you can submit through their website like a location. Like if you wanted to take a picture of your house and your backyard and say, hey, I got this whole build up here, or you can park here, or you can do this here. And if they like it enough, they will show up.
That's so awesome. Imagine like if you could find a way to like create content out of that and just do that full time.
Yeah, they're just living the dream that musicians would want, but they've already lived the life of like a superstar.
Right.
And now they're just doing what they want.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
I mean, it's packed. They do some cool shows.
They're awesome. That's so cool.
But like you said, you see clips on there, and you're like, man, these are like, they just have good song after good song after good song, and it's like
they don't have a lot of misses.
No, and even their new song is just like a banger because they're good at.
They're good at what they do, man.
Yeah, they're good at what they do, and they also just make it a fun experience, too.
That's what the best part of it is. We'll get into some fun experiences here in a second. We'll get into the TCF Sports Minute, the Cubbies. We are recording this on Memorial Day, so happy Memorial Day to everyone out there listening. The Cubbies have won today. They moved to 33-21.
Yeah.
First place in the National League Central. 3 games up on the Cardinals.
They're 12 games above 500 for the first time since 2016.
Gotta love it.
You love that.
Gotta love
Matt
that.
Shaw playing well. We're going to get into a trade that may involve him, but it's nice to have that third base spot. We've talked about it throughout the season that we really need to solidify that spot. He's been playing great defense, and that's what we need, and he's hitting well.
And how awesome is it that it was just that minor little tweak to his swing?
And it's awesome that he didn't take it and sent down in a bad way.
Yes.
He went down, worked on what he needed to, and now he's back in the majors and really showing that he can learn.
But to me, that's
you
also
think
like,
about it, you're a Major League Baseball player, you think you just made it.
Right. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
To me, that also says something, a part of the culture that like Ian Happ has started to put together, right? Remember, Ian Happ went through it.
Oh, yeah.
Got sent down, spent time in Iowa. PCA last year.
Ian Happ was a first-round pick.
Yes.
And had to go up and down a little bit. And it's just also he's a great counsel. He knows what he's doing.
Yep.
We also have the best outfield DH in baseball. Easily.
I was talking to my dad about this last night, and I said, you know, if he continues at this pace, it'd be really hard for me to not be all over Twitter saying that PCA is the MVP. And he said, you know what the biggest argument against PCA being the MVP is? There's a guy named Seiya Suzuki in the same outfield
the only thing is
hitting the leather off the baseball.
I guess you could say in PCA's whatever that he does play the field.
Right.
So that, but I mean, I love what they've done, and I love how Seiya has really taken to the DH spot.
For sure.
You can get mad about they don't think you can play outfield, this and that, but he didn't care.
Yep.
And he's out there and he's doing what he needs to do, and he's really filling the role that they need him to fill.
100%. I mean, you're seeing it up and down this lineup. I mean, looking at OPS, PCA's at 891, Tucker 918, Dansby, who had a horrible start to the year, at 780, Seiya's at 906, Nico's 714.
But what we're going to get into, the starting pitching has gone down, unfortunately, and they're giving up a lot of runs. Luckily, I'd seen as of yesterday, which would have been Sunday, they had outscored their opponents like 53-3 in the last, from 6th inning on.
Yes,
in
that's what it was.
Last
I saw
9 games, which is good,
Yep.
but you can't sustain that.
No, exactly.
So they need to really work on the starting pitching, get Shota back, which I've heard in like probably late June. You don't want to rush them back. You know what I mean?
That's what's crazy is we're sitting here talking about a team that is 12 games over 500, 3 games up on the division.
Justin Steele had Tommy John surgery, probably our best pitcher. Shota, who is maybe also our best pitcher, they're kind of 1 and 2, has been hurt for most of the season, and we're still in this spot.
And that's what I'm saying. We're looking at our starting rotation being Jamison Tyone, Matthew Boyd, Ben Brown. I almost said Brent Brown from the 1998 team, Colin Ray, and now, my guy, Cade Horton.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you think of if you would have said that this is going to be a team's starting 5 rotation, you'd be like, that team is going to struggle to be 500.
Good. And they, like I said, we're going to get into the Paul Skenes trade. Yep. Unfortunately, a lot of teams will be in on him.
Oh, big time.
But nice with Matt Shaw is going to be involved in what we're going to talk about. But it is nice that Matt Shaw is playing good.
Yeah.
And we can maybe not have to worry about going to get a position like that.
Exactly. So the proposed trade, now this is just on Instagram, but if you jump on any social media and you follow the Cubs, you've probably seen this trade. It would be the Cubs receiving Paul Skenes and giving up Matt Shaw, Owen Casey, Moises Ballesteros, and Kevin Alcantara.
And that is crazy.
So much.
But it's also, I think, 5 years of control that you still have over Paul Skenes. So it's not like you're getting him for a few years. You're going to get him for a while because rookie contracts in baseball are pretty crazy.
And let's be honest, the Cubs have a hell of a lot better chance to sign him to some sort of extension than the Pirates do.
And if we can just take Matt Shaw out of that and maybe someone else goes in that place, I'm okay with it in a way. Because
do you
gotta
throw
win
in
now.
a Cade Horton?
But see, then you're almost you're taking away a starting pitcher with a starting pitcher, which, yes, you'd rather have Paul Skenes in a way, but then you got to go fill his spot.
Exactly.
So we'll just have to see.
I think
if you want to in baseball, if you want to win, you got to win now. You can't wait around or think, okay, we're going to wait for the farm system to do what it needs to do. No, you got to
make moves. I think it's a lot. I do think it is. Now, here's what I'll say. Ballesteros is a fine ball player. Do I think he's going to turn into an all-star caliber? I don't know yet. It's possible.
He's like, what, 21?
Yep. Matt Shaw, I think, is a good baseball player. Owen Cassie, I mean, there's just not room for him in the outfield. Same with Kevin Alcantara. But, I feel like if they were to pull something like this, it would be similar to – actually, it wouldn't even be similar to that because my first mind went to Aroldis Chapman – but that was for 4 months, and they kind of knew that going in.
Yeah, this
would
be for 5 years of control with a guy who is a major league starter, could be your all-star. 1 or 2. Yeah,
he was an all-star as a rookie.
All-star, and he's just in a bad spot right now with the Pirates.
The Pirates are a joke.
But, it's a lot, but you also go, okay, yes, you want to think about the future, but that doesn't win you a World Series this year. That doesn't get you into the playoffs and make a run.
Does Owen Cassie, Kevin Alcantara, and Moises Ballesteros make the difference between you being, getting into the playoffs or getting to the NL Central? I don't think so. Paul Skenes has the ability to do that.
Those three guys have not proven themselves in the majors.
Exactly.
Matt Shaw
at the end of the day, Matt Shaw kind of has for 3 months.
Yeah, but it's not like they're not.
Let's just say that he hasn't proved it the way that Dansby Swanson has.
Yeah, they're not a for sure thing. They're not going to be. They're not an all-star right now.
Right. The potential through the roof, absolutely. But I think for 5 years of Skenes, it's definitely something you have to consider now. Like you said, if they wanted to take any other prospect other than Matt Shaw, throw in 2 more.
Yeah.
But if it means keeping a third baseman to not have to fill that void, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, it sucks in the moment, but. You're just going to have to – that's how you win World Series. That's how you go to the NLCS and stuff like that. You don't do that with future prospects.
I don't know how I can explain it but Paul Skenes is a certified top 5 pitcher in baseball.
Yeah.
I know his stats. I mean, he's
I can't.
You can't even talk about his stats. He's got a 2.3 ERA.
Yeah, with the Pirates.
And he's 3-5. He's got a .95 WHIP. He's got 70 strikeouts and 18 walks.
Imagine him on a team that averages 7 runs a game.
Yes.
So, it would suck.
You have to consider it.
But you have to consider it, and you can't be mad if it happens.
I don't think. Again, we just saw this a couple days ago. I threw it on here. My initial reaction is keep Shaw, find somebody else, and then let's make it happen. I think Skenes is a generational
unfortunately,
talent.
it is what it is. And you want to win now.
Unfortunately, a team that is not winning now, winning more than they did last year, the White Sox, 17-36. They do fall on Memorial Day here Monday to the Mets in New York. Last place in the NL, 17 games back. But the big news, Andrew Vaughn, who I drafted in fantasy this year.
Got sent down.
He has
to be the highest paid AAA baseball player of all time, maybe.
He is certainly...
what a fall from grace.
Okay, and
which is saying that he had a peak. He really did. I mean, he played well.
He was the third overall pick. We're talking about potential through the roof.
In the majors.
Yes.
I mean, it's just he's been on a team that you really haven't had to be that good to play for, and you get sent down in a season like this. I mean, where do you go from here?
At the end, and I don't know how much people have heard about any of this. I've heard it from multiple. I think White Sox Dave had talked about it. His work ethic, and it's funny. I know this came from more than just White Sox Dave because my dad was reiterating it. My dad's probably never heard of White Sox Dave. His work ethic is awful.
Yeah,
you are not going to be a successful major league player.
There's been deleted tweets
that
have come out about how he just goes in, does his work, and then leaves.
Yep.
Doesn't do much. And especially once you get paid like that on a team like this, it's hard to have that motivation, but that's what you have to have.
You're a pro.
Yeah. You have to have that. And guess what? I think this is good for him, too. I think this is going to make him
light a fire under his rear end.
Sink or float.
You're
going to have to go down, play well, and really do something to get back onto this team. But does he have that motivation?
Yep.
And it's really going to prove to himself and to the team, can he do it?
And I think did they send back down Tim Elko as well?
Yeah, Tim Elko too.
Yeah, I remember Tim Elko, Ole Miss. But again, though, he's a prospect. Andrew Vaughn's been up with the big leagues for a while. And, it's funny, we're talking about this. My dad, I think he heard this down while he was at Cub spring training, was that Andrew Vaughn spent more time on the golf course than he did.
And you can do that when you're a solidified superstar and you play well.
I will say
when you play like he does, you can't do that.
If Vargas could play against the Cubs, I don't think we've done a show since the Cubs Sox series, right? That was last weekend. If Vargas could play against the Cubs, he would break Barry Bonds' home run record.
It just seems like players do that to the Cubs. I mean, it probably happens to a lot of teams, but they played well. It was a decent series.
For a little while. I mean, they outscored them pretty bad because of the middle game. But
the Cubs, if you want to watch the Cubs, start in the fifth inning.
Yeah, that's a good way. Vargas has hit 7 home runs this year. I think 4 of them have come against the Cubs.
Yeah, but it's also cool that it's a 6-game series now against the White Sox and Cubs.
I like that a lot more.
It makes it better. I think that the 2-2 is kind of stupid.
And this is going to make me sound like a, annoying Cubs fan, but especially when the Sox are bad, there's 4 wins right there.
Yeah.
So, but like we say, even with Vaughn, hey, buddy, it's not that there's no prospects lining up that want your job. There's even guys that play third base, left field, right field that will hey, I'll learn how to do it. Give me a shot.
Yeah.
It's if you don't show up and work, that's kind of on you. And maybe even worse than the White Sox, but this is going to be brief. The Chicago Sky might stink.
Yeah, well.
0-3.
Yeah.
Good start to the season.
Haley Van Lith already out.
Yeah, not great.
No, not great. And it just seems like I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know how you get better in a season like this. I guess maybe you go for the number 1 pick next year. I don't know.
They are progressively getting a little bit better. Their first loss, 93-58. Woof. Then 99-74. Then they just lost on Sunday, 91-78. So maybe we'll keep closing that gap and.
We'll have to see.
It's bad.
If you're around Wintrust Arena and you want to go,
you can probably get in cheap.
Yeah, and you maybe. Well, they play the Fever at the United Center.
Yeah,
actually.
Yep, that'd be a fun one to go to. But yeah, they're bad. We'll make sure we mention them on the episode, but this could be a really long summer for the ladies of the Sky. Before we move on, we got to give a big shout-out to our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. They have the best coffee around that you are going to find. I promise you that. It's in the Cubs clubhouse. That's really all you need to know. You see how many runs the Cubs are scoring?
Yeah, it's because of them.
They're drinking Connect Roasters Coffee.
They're all pumped up.
Make sure you check out their website, connectroasters.com. Find them on X at Connect Roasters. Make sure you get to the storefront over in Bourbonnais. Tell them that TCF sent you. So, as always, a big shout-out to our friends over at Connect Roasters. Make sure you go check them out. We are going to move into our NBA playoff update. We are in the conference finals. I don't know how, the best word to say it, but they've kind of been underwhelming conference finals so far.
Exciting at first. But both series are 2-1 now, which it makes it more exciting.
Yep.
The Knicks come back from a big deficit. They were pretty much out of the series.
The first game of the Eastern Conference Finals was phenomenal.
Awesome. And even the third game was awesome because at halftime you go, well, the Knicks are done. They're not going to make it. They're going to be down 3-0 in Indiana, and they come back and have a huge game. Cat just goes crazy.
Yep.
Because Brunson gets in foul trouble. And
I guess I shouldn't have said the whole conference finals. The Eastern Conference Finals have been phenomenal.
Yeah.
The Western
Conference has not been great, but it's also getting better.
Exactly.
Because the Timberwolves are at 2-1 now.
Well, they've won this third game by 42 points.
Yeah, that was one of those games I think that the Timberwolves were kind of just, or the Thunder were like, okay, we've lost.
Yeah, exactly.
This is over with.
So, as we sit now, do you think the Pacers are going to finish off and win the Eastern Conference Finals?
Yeah, I think that they are.
I agree just because I think the way that – and I love Tibbs. I would give anything to have Tibbs back just because of how things have gone since Tibbs left. He runs those guys just ragged, and there's not – I think that they're just going to eventually just run out of gas. But I do think that the Pacers are just kind of the team of destiny right now. So the Pacers coming out and doing what they've done. I know they lost at home. It was a tight one. But I just feel like they have a deeper bench. They're going to be okay. I think the Pacers.
It's going to be a fun two series. At least it's not 3-0, 3-0. So at least it's going to be exciting.
And I said this, and I think I might have to take this back. I originally said it doesn't matter who wins that because neither of these teams are beating the Thunder. But I don't even know if the Thunder are going to end up getting out of the Western Conference right now.
No, I don't think so.
If the Timberwolves can play the way they did in Game 3, and I know that they got absolutely smacked around for the first two games, but you win any game in a series by 42 points, that's saying something.
Yeah, I think that third game
on the road at OKC is insane.
No, it was in Minnesota.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right, in Minnesota.
But it was one of those games you could just tell they gave up. Mm-hmm. I mean, they weren't going to try and fight back. It was one of those ones. Okay, we're up 2-0. We're in Minnesota.
Yep.
But Anthony Edwards played really good.
Yep.
I didn't realize he didn't have a dunk in the first two games.
That's crazy, especially for Ant. That is
Julius
wild.
Randle's been playing well. He didn't play well the first two games. Played well in the third game.
Yep.
So they can get 2-2 back to OKC is going to be huge. But if they go 3-1, it's both of these ones. If they go 3-1, it's just. Over. I mean, it sounds stupid to say, but it's over with.
I do think Oklahoma City is going to win this series.
I think it's going to be OKC Pacers in the NBA Finals. Which, if you could have bet on that to start the season, you would be making a lot of money because you would
be rich.
OKC, you would know would be in there.
Yeah.
The Pacers. It's pretty crazy that they're going to be.
They
could be in the NBA Finals.
They are a 4
Even if it's
seed.
OKC and whatever it is, OKC, Minnesota, or Pacers, Knicks.
Yep.
Any of that's crazy.
Any of the Final Four selections, you'd have been out pretty fat. So, I think it's going to be OKC, Indiana, but I'm really just hoping that we continue to get two good conference playoffs.
Yeah. I hope so.
Or conference finals, I guess, is the proper word. Moving on to some NHL hockey.
Which is...
Yep.
Sorry for my fart noise, but they've been bad.
Eastern Conference Finals, the Panthers are up 3-0. They've just kind of jumped all over.
I did not realize this. I think it's 14 straight losses in the conference finals for the Hurricanes.
That's brutal.
Which is just insane to think. That's like, what, 4 sweeps?
That's 4, yeah.
No, 3 sweeps.
Yeah, 3 sweeps.
Whatever. But it's just... I didn't even think that was possible.
They haven't even been close. I mean, 5-2, 5-0, 6-2.
Yeah.
I mean, that series is over. I don't even know why we need.
And then the Oilers and
Dallas
is tied up, right?
No, it's 2-1. Edmonton's in the lead.
Okay. Because Dallas took game 1.
Yep.
And then Edmonton's taken the 2 games.
Yep.
Which it's going to be a good series. But I think the Oilers are going to take over now. I think that Dallas lost their opportunity, and there's going to be a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Hey, in that case, I'm cheering for the Panthers.
Yeah, which...
Go Panthers.
I think it's weird that a Canadian team is going to be playing a Florida team.
It's also like Biz says, though, like these American hockey teams are made up of like 70% Canadians.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, we make fun of Canada for not winning Stanley Cups, but all of our teams
we have
are
Mr.
Canadians.
America Kachuk on the team.
Yep, that is true. So maybe I'll just cheer for Kachuk.
Yeah, but yeah, it's gonna be funny that there's a Florida versus Canada.
When I think hockey, I think of South Florida.
Yeah, that's just, and they're unbelievable.
Yeah,
they've been good the last few years too.
I mean, they won a Stanley Cup. I mean,
and then the Lightning have been good. It's just like Florida has
a hockey hotbed.
That's just crazy to think too. But I guess if you want to go play somewhere nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's Florida.
Well, they were talking, I think on Pardon My Take, that like guys will go hang out at the beach in the morning and then go play hockey at night.
Yeah, which maybe not the greatest idea.
Yeah. But. I mean, I'm sure they're not like boogie boarding.
You never know.
You know,
I would.
Just hang it. I would too, but that's why we're sitting in a basement playing hockey.
You think too much sun before a hockey game would not be good.
Big time. So I think we're both in agreement. Florida versus Edmonton in the finals.
And then I think Florida's going to run away with it.
I'll be a little, just for the sake of argument, Florida, Dallas comes back.
Hey, you never know.
But Florida wins it.
If they can get 2-2, that'd be huge.
Big time.
It's in Edmonton, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're in Edmonton.
That's just tough. Because, it's only Canadian team left, so everyone's coming together.
I hate it. We'll move on to our newest team builder. I don't know if you guys saw the news, but the Olympic flag football is coming to the next Olympics, and the NFL approved of letting NFL players play in the Olympics for whichever country they so choose. We're going to go ahead and assume.
Which I think is, I don't like the idea, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I think that people have worked pretty hard to be on those teams. The NFL guys, they don't need it.
I don't disagree with you until that quarterback of the U.S. national team said that Patrick Mahomes couldn't do what he does.
That is what it is, but I just think that I don't think NFL teams are going to like this either.
Yeah.
Because it's still a sport where you can tear an ACL pretty quickly.
Yep. So we've got $15 to spend to make our dream team in our $5 row. Actually, I'll just go down in order. So we'll go the quarterbacks first. So at $5, and then we'll go down. So Lamar Jackson at $5, Mahomes at $4, Chase Daniels, Jesus.
If Chase Daniels on there, would be
that
bad.
Would be hilarious. Jaden Daniels at 3, Josh Allen at 2, Joe Burrow at 1. Moving to wide receiver 1, Justin Jefferson at 5, CeeDee Lamb at 4, St. Brown at 3, Devontae Adams at 2, and Malik Neighbors at 1. Wide receiver 2 at $5 is Jamar Chase. 4, Tyreek Hill. 3, kind of mixing things up here, Saquon Barkley, $2. Derrick Henry, and $1 Josh Jacobs. Back to another position skill row. You have Jahmyr Gibbs at 5, McCaffrey at 4, Kittle at 3, Bowers at 2, and McBride at 1. And the final row, Robinson at 5, Surtain at 4, Hamilton at the $3, Sauce Gardner at 2, and Cooper DeJean at 1. We've got $15 to spend. You want to go first, or you want me to?
I'll go first. I'm going to go with Jefferson because, Justin Jefferson is just unbelievable.
I would love to see some Polish cornerback
try to the thing is, too, that American football is very American.
Yo, big time.
It's not like baseball and stuff like that, basketball.
During the World Baseball Classic, and they had, I want to say it was like the Czech Republic had a team, and it was like like teachers and engineers and stuff.
Yeah, that's what it should be, really.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes at 4, so it's 9.
So you're 9.
I'm going to go with Greg Kittle. Love him, George. And then at 2, I'm going to go with Derrick Henry. Because I know it's still, it's flag football, but, man, you
imagine a stiff arm as you try to get that flag, and you just...
And then with the $1... I'm going to go Cooper DeJean because you're going to need some help playing defense.
Fair enough. For $5, I will go... Give me Lamar Jackson. There's no one in the world that's tearing Lamar Jackson's flag off. No shot. $4, give me Surtain. I need him on the defense. He's going to pick everything that some poor quarterback is going to let go. He's going to hold down my defense there. My $3 row, this is easy. Saquon all day, every day.
I guess I didn't even notice that.
So now I got Lamar, Tyreek Hill, my $2 row at my wide receiver 2. Give me a tight end. I'll go Bowers.
Okay.
I love that at tight end. And then my $1 row, give me Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors has done great for me in fantasy. So I think both of our teams are winning Olympic gold.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty one-sided if they do this.
Yep. Oh, but it's kind of a like you better not go out and lose.
Yeah, it's like the old dream team. Like you have to win.
Oh yes, and like not even win. You've got to
you got to win by a lot. You can't have any close games.
You have to bury teams. And I think that's what's going to happen.
I wouldn't even want to see the gambling lines on those.
Minus 10,000.
Insane.
It's going to be rough. Let's wrap things up. As always, we have our TCF top 3, and we are doing 80s rock bands. Neither of us were born in the 80s, but thanks to our dads, we are very, very familiar with 80s rock bands. And if you disagree with us that this is an 80s band or a rock band, that's too bad.
I don't really care.
You want to go first or you want me to?
I'll go first. It's Guns N' Roses.
Ooh.
I love Guns N' Roses. It's one of those things that I couldn't really name a song,
but you just
know it.
Yep.
Your brother was doing this the other day. We were playing golf, and he kept asking me names of bands. I don't know names of bands, but I know that they're good songs.
All right, I'll go my first round hit. They just played Chicago. AC/DC, great pump up music. Can't go wrong with AC/DC. And then I'm gonna sneak one in here. I don't know. You can tell me if you'll accept this, but I like this band more than I like the Beatles. Give me the Rolling Stones.
Yeah, I'll give you. Okay. I'll give you them. You can easily have them. I'm gonna go with, let's see here, Metallica. I like that kind of music a little bit.
Like Metallica, but are they 80s or 90s?
This is since 1981.
All right, I'll give it to you.
So if I'm gonna give you Rolling Stones,
yeah, fair enough.
I
was just asking questions.
And then let's see here.
There's going to be a lot of bands we miss out on because we're only doing 6.
There's a lot of bands. Trying to see one that's in the 80s. I'll go with Motley Crue.
That's a good choice. My final pick. There's so many good ones we're going to forget. Man, gotta go Van Halen. They were enormous in the 80s.
Yes.
Do you got any honorable mentions here? Because I got a ton.
Well, yeah, there's some honorable mentions. Let's see that.
Here's one my dad's going to get mad about. U2. You like U2?
I like it.
I do not.
Remember when they had the Apple Music when they made everyone download
that horrible album on everybody?
Iron Maiden, it says 1970s.
I like Iron Maiden.
Motorhead says the 70s.
You go really heavy rock.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Just because they started in like 88?
It says 82.
Was it really?
That's what it says.
I would also Journey, Foreigner, love both. Styx, love Styx. There's so many good ones that we're gonna get a lot of. Queen, we're gonna get a lot of flack on that. Bon Jovi. Let us know who your guys' favorite are. That's going to do it for us for episode 258. You can find us on X at typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give us a follow there. Head on over to YouTube for all of our content in video form. Wherever you get your podcast, make sure you subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, leave a review, whatever you can, wherever you get your podcast. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF, Zach at ZLiliaTCF. We will be back next week for episode 259. But as always, guys, thank you for hanging out. That was episode 258 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.